Hey guys, thank you. I'm pretty sure I'm live. Live, not a live. Oh. I know I sound and feel like death, but I'm just checking before I upload something to. So how is everybody? How are we all doodling? Right, I need to put my computer on quiet. Hi Leslie, how are you? I brought some, I literally nipped down to Hobbycraft. And they've got a half price art sale on, by the way, if you didn't know. And my beautiful pencil.
I know. It's now beautiful pencils and teeth.
My kiddo borrowed my pencil. And yeah. There's a few teeth marks in there. Which is very nice of her. And I thought I put my phone on silent, but clearly I did not. Let's put that on silent. Right, I just need to adjust the camera slightly because I think I need you a bit closer. I think we'll be all right about here, I think I need to shrink myself. There we go. Okay, so today we're going to be making planets, but I thought I'd go very quickly through the haul that I had. And shush camera. By haul, I mean the goodies I found today. Oh, nice. Can't get these out. Oh, bless her, Joanne. It must be so hard for both of you right now. I do hope that she doesn't have to deal with much more of this. I got in their little Christmas section. How adorable are these? That owl is just gorgeous, and that stag. Well, hopefully sitting here today is going to bring you a bit of stress relief. I'm not even going to try and get that in the bag, if I'm perfectly honest. Okay, and because I'm naughty, not because I'm naughty, because I use them. Again, half price, I got some more Posca pens. So I've got black, gold, white and silver. And I think they're the tiny fibre tips. Yeah, so they're the, I don't know if you can see that. They're the tiny fibre tips. But then I came across a set I haven't seen before. So I thought, do you know what? I have to have them. And they are, it doesn't actually say on there, but they're basically a glitter. Doesn't say it at all, which is annoying. So I've got all those colours, and apparently they've all got a glitter on them. I'm going to try one very, very quickly on this bit of scrap while we're waiting for people to join us. And then we're going to be using mainly the Spectrum Noir pens to do the initial galaxies with. And then I'm going to use these to do any additional details that we want, even if it's just stars and things like that. I haven't tried the brush tip ones, no. Oh, that didn't need a lot of work. Oh, these are really nice tips. Oh, yeah, these are really nice. I'll wait for it to dry, otherwise all you're going to get is a reflection. You see that? Really shimmery. I really like them. Yeah, they're nice. Yeah, so we're going to use them as little accents, I suppose. So, the reason I'm showing you my haul is because of these as well. So I found these weren't in the sale, but they were only £2.50, I think. And you get 15 sheets and it's 300 GSM, so it's really thick stuff. And I know I was let down by using a different paper last time. I should have used the Spectrum Noir, but I thought we'd give one of these a go and see how they are. And then these were half price, and I got this pack for £3, and there's 12 sheets, and again it's 300 GSM. And I've never used, unless they've changed the packaging, I don't think I've ever used this paper before. Certainly not Winsor & Newton. I think it's always been Daler & Rowney. Can't get into the stupid thing. There we go. There we go. Oh, that's textured. Oh, I think we're going to have fun with that. That's so much smoother. I don't know if you're even going to pick that up on camera. But this is almost like a multimedia paper. This is watercolour paper. Most definitely. So I think we're going to have a play with this. And then use the Spectrum Noir colours. Now, I'm going to use the aqua tints in the pens, purely for ease of use for today. I've got 2 pots of water, one for clean, one for dirty. And I haven't painted galaxies in ages. And I've got this bad boy because I want to paint them in circles. I might even get 2 or 3 on one. Yeah, I quite like that setup actually. Okay, my camera is in such a stupid position. Hang on. I've had to change things around and it's made things really awkward. Come here. Sorry, guys. If you saw my setup right now, I look like something out of MacGyver or the A-Team. The only thing it's missing is a Coke can. Like that's going to have to do, I think. So that's the setup I want. So I'm just going to do a quick share out now. Lovely Coffee Man is now Lemsip Man, because he's made me a lovely Lemsip. So let's get it out on Twitter. I had a radio interview today. Oh my God, it's the first time I've ever done anything like it. Really, really weird doing a radio interview. Yeah, very strange. Very out of my comfort zone. So have any of you guys got stuff with you now to do this along with me? quite quiet today. Everyone's being quite quiet. It's oh so quiet. Do, 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 do. Oh, they changed the name of the group. There we go. And I'll just do one more to my page, and then we're going to crack on. Maggie, my friend Maggie gave me this, but it's a Fiskars circle, and I have got the smaller ones, but I've wanted to do something a bit bigger today, so I've decided to go with this one, purely because I liked the size of the circles that you get. The other one that I have, which is the multiples, this one is helix, but you get loads of different shapes. I quite like the idea of doing like triangle ones, but the biggest aren't very big at all. So I do actually have something coming up in a future video, because I'm going to make some of my own ones, because I'd like a bit more variation in sizes. But I quite fancy just doing, I suppose they're going to look like planets in the end, but the plan is to actually have them as mini galaxies. I don't blame you both, actually. It's nice to just chill. Don't forget to ask any questions if you have any. I'm going to use the Molotow masking pen. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, just going to make sure I've got good flow going, which I believe I have. If my throat starts to go, I apologise. Come on. So they're going to be ever so slightly smaller, because we're going to be working inside the ring of latex. I'm hoping that's enough, because I want to try and keep them within the circles as much as possible. Hi, Ada. So I have got some smaller brushes, because I do want a little bit of control over a couple of them, I think. Oh God, my white Poscas are already open. No point in me opening another Posca. I'm going to use my graduate brushes today, and we're going to start off with, what colour galaxy are we going to do? Shall we go with the blue and purple one? Let's give it a go. As I say, I haven't done them in so long. Let's give it a whirl, shall we? So if you are new to watching me, these are Spectrum Noir aqua tints, and you can get sparkle versions as well as standard versions. And they're ink in a pen, which you can then water activate. So with a wet brush, which apparently I can't clean very well, you can then activate them with water, and you'll see how far they go. They go on and on and on. So they're really, really good. They also work well if you're working on pre-wetted paper, which is probably what I'm going to end up doing. And in light of that, I might just, I don't know how much I've got, but I might just take the left and right side down. Hi, Jilly, or yeah, Jilly. Am I saying that right? Okay, so I'm just going to tape the right side down and the left side. And a random rabbit. We've got a random rabbit on the feed with us, guys. Hello, hello, hello. So I think for the larger ones, I'm going to brush straight down from the pen, because if you do too much on wet paper direct from the pen, it can pull the colour away from the brush. So, what am I? No, let's try it. Let's just wet the paper. Let's just go for it. I'm going to use my big brush for this one. Big kitchen roll. And again, we need to stay in the lines. So kitchen roll at the ready. Don't oversaturate your brush too much. And just wet your paper. And I'm going to try my best to, she says as she goes straight outside. So when I come to, we're going to work lightest colour to darkest, so I need to show some patience here, which isn't in my vocabulary normally. And we're just going to put some colour down. My trouble is when I do galaxies is I overthink it and then I overwork it and then they don't look like galaxies anymore, they just look a mess. So I've got to do my best to have a bit of control. Now my only downside is I only have one purple in the aqua tints and it is quite dark. I'm wondering if I should get the sparkle version. Yeah, let's don't I? Let's just do it. Bit here and there won't hurt, will it? And don't be afraid to leave some white patches either. Doesn't matter if you do. And then we're going to go with the next darkest. And what we can do is go over again with our paintbrush in a minute if we want to have a bit more spread, which I do. This is what I could probably do with a spritzer actually. I'm just going to dab because if I spread then I'm going to merge the colours too much and I don't want to do that. So I want to do all the dark purple first. Like those two little bits of white there, I might just keep. I just need to soften these bits in the centre, so I'm just going to clean the brush. There we go, just gives it a bit of a softness to it. I have got the hairdryer down there, which I will probably use. I'm just cleaning the brush off on a bit of kitchen roll. I'm just going to, right, I don't want to blend any more than that, so I'm just going to use the black now. No, do I? Yeah, let's just put a little bit on. What I might do is just, rather than do the black in a whole circle, just do it in one area. Okay, I need to give it a bit of a squeeze. Then what we're going to have to do is let this layer dry and then I'm going to have to go in with the dark purple and the black again. Generally, you need to layer these up. You can't rush them when you do them. Layering gives you the best effect possible. It is like a bubble galaxy. Hi Erica, I like the idea of a bubble galaxy. We're just doing little mini galaxies really, just having a play and having a bit of fun today because me and my Pauliness didn't really fancy doing anything too intense. So I'm just going to plug my hairdryer in. Oops, it was on already. I really need to get a quiet version of this. My heat gun's too hot. If you're going to do this at home, it's fine to use a hairdryer, but ideally you need to use it on cold. It's not so much the heat that dries the paint out or the paper, it's more the air. So just be aware if you're going to use a hairdryer, try and have it on cold if you can. Hi Brian, Crystal, guys, that guy can say Crystal. Well, oh, saying that, why don't we do some geodes? I found some old drawings I did while I was tidying up. And in there is my old sketches of the geodes. Remember I did the tutorial on practicing? I might do some galaxy geodes. What do you reckon, guys? I've finished these and yeah, I'm quite tempted to do that. Right, hairdryer's going on, be warned. Right, it's still a bit wet, but it's enough for me to do another layer. I don't know whether you'll pick that up, but you can just about see the glistening from the glitter pen. Hi Ricky. Welcome from TikTok. Okay, now I quite like it looking like a planet. When I erase the masking fluid, then fingers crossed. I have a feeling it won't be as smooth as I want it to be, but we'll give it a go. I'm really tempted to use my aqua tints rather than... I need my black. Anyone seen my black? Onyx black. So if you've watched previous lives, you'll know that the aqua tints in the pots are pretty much the same as this, but it's easier to access it as like almost like a proper watercolour rather than coming out of a brush pen. Right. There we go. Just because I can bring it straight from the pot, the colour's just a bit more intense. And because the paper's dry now, you're not going to get the soft blending, so I just need to make sure that we can do that all the way around. So I need to make sure that that doesn't fall over. I'm going to put that over there because I need so little of it. Okay, so I'm going back in with the aquamarine. And then I can wet the whole paper again then. Then, don't think I need any more of that. Dark purple. I really could do with a softer brush, I think. That's better. I think by the time we've got some stars on there, all I'll do is strengthen the black in a minute. You see how much is still coming off my brush. Let's go in and do the blue. I always like to do the blue and purple because they merge together as colours really nicely, like you would do yellow and blue to then get that really yummy galaxy green. Just nice streaks of blue coming through. I think I want to take a bit of colour out of that middle section because I want it to try and get it a bit lighter. And did I miss a comment from Leslie? Ida says this is cool. Thank you. I hope you're going to have a go. Oh yes, I like that. Okay. Let's have a little one here as well. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm going to let that dry. Hi, Lightning Gamer. Thank you. Okay, so I'm just going to add a bit more black. Oh, come on, cold. Don't you start. And then we're going to get some more over here. And the hairdryer is going to have to come out again in a minute. So just to warn you, ready to turn your speakers down. There we go. I just had a thought actually, to protect the rest of the paper, I can get this back over, put a sheet of white, and then when I do the flicking of the white paint, it's going to protect the other two planets, although I could probably do it all at the same time. So, right, shove me a thumbs up if you, I quite fancy, maybe not quite this elaborate, but maybe doing a 2 or 3 version, something like that, and doing that as a galaxy. I don't know, what do you think? Or are you quite happy with the planets? Okay, hairdryer's going on. Right, that should be enough for me to just go, I really like the way that's come out. I think the crystal would be cool, yeah. Okay, I'm going to do on, I don't know whether you can see that. Let me untape. Turn that off. There, can you see that sparkle? That is from, oh, I can do the back while I've untaped it. That is from the sparkle version of the aqua tints. Okay, let me do the back because that helps. Right, it's smudged really slightly, so for those of you that are new to watching me, I'm going to show you how you can repair your watercolour. Get back down, thank you. adjust that. I don't know how well you're going to see this. I'll see if I can zoom you in. Can you see just on the edge here? It's just come over the edge. So for those that have watched me before, you'll be familiar with this technique. So you can either use what we call a thirsty brush, which is just a clean, wet brush, and just lift the colour up. So activate it with water, and then you just lift it up off the paper. Because I want to try and keep it clean as much as possible around the outside. And that just helps lift some of the colour off. Like so. Oh, she says, and then goes and does another one. Oh yes, practice is most definitely key. I've just given myself a little blob there. Okay, anyway, so that shows you how you can repair as such. Ada and Zach do love their artwork. When we arrived on Sunday, I was given lots of fun. Oh, lovely. Oh, a galaxy canvas. There you go. It's obviously the theme. Okay, so we're going to do a simpler one on this, because the smaller they get, the simpler really they need to be. So I think I've got green, but I don't need green. So we're going to do green, but with yellow and blue. I'm going to do this on dry. So I'm just going straight down from my pen, and I'm going to go straight across the middle. I want to leave a little bit of white on a couple of areas. Then the blue, which will of course give us the green. Pretty much. You've got to love a good galaxy. I'm going to do some galaxy Polaroids at some point as well, because I enjoy doing them. And then we want our black, which I'll do straight from the lid of the pot, because you need so little of this stuff. Just let that do its thing before I go too dark. So even that, without doing hardly anything, is already really effective. That's all right. Okay, so let's gently brush, because it's such a small area, the spread is going to be quite large in relative terms. So what I'll probably do is take out a little bit with the kitchen roll. So you can get a dry bit of kitchen roll. Oh, actually, I really like that. I'm not going to touch that. I really, really like it. I might just do a little bit darker up here. But I really like that. Honestly, this stuff goes so far. Right, I need to blend that out a tiny, tiny touch. I'm going in with, funny enough, it's called Starry Sky. And this is a bit of a darker blue. I just want that blend between the black and blue to be a tiny bit smoother. I need to dab it. Just squeezing it down, because I don't use these very often. Just having to squeeze a bit of ink down, so bear with me. Right, there we go. Just need a tiny blend, as I say, between the black and the blue. Just spread it about a bit with the brush. There we go, happy with that. I think I'm just going to leave that to dry for a minute, because if we're going with a hairdryer, it's just going to blow it everywhere, but I'm going to leave it like that. Try and paint a face or creature. Well, I do quite a lot of animals, to be fair, so I have got quite a big, there's a video being released next week, getting organised for 2020, and I do talk about some up and coming ideas in there. So, and at some point, guys, we've got to finish this tiger off. This poor tiger, for those of you who are new, it still needs to be finished off. He's sitting here waiting, so half of him is still waiting to go. So we must get more of that done. Right, okay, so I want now, we've got purple and blue, we've got our greeny yellow, maybe yellow and orange. Let's go with the yellow and orange. I should have gone in the other direction. Don't want it too samey, do we? Let's just go with the flow. And funny enough, the red is called Solar Red. So we're using all the right equipment today. Right, I need a bit of my Lemsip because my throat is starting to hurt. Hi, Yaz. That's all right. Lovely. Stop going that way. I don't want you to go that way. We need more yellow. Yellow got lost really quickly there. Right, let's dab some of that out. Although I quite like that actually. I'm going to see what it's like. Once I get the black on it. It's like it's on fire. I like that. Okay, let's see how we go. And I need to be mindful because where the paint is wet, anywhere where it's wet and you put another colour on top, it is just going to feather out really, really quickly. So if I zoom you in, yeah, I started at 8 o'clock, so let's untape and move, since the tape doesn't seem to be doing anything. You can see that black travelling. Get a bit too close to the edge there. Honestly, you need so little of this stuff. Let's go in with a smaller brush. It does look like it's on fire. There we go. Thank you. Right, I'm just filling the white space because I don't think I want to keep. I'm just going to bring a little bit of too much. Get my brush. Yellow, 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 yellow. Oh, it's all bleeding. I'm going to have to get the hairdryer out, otherwise it's just going to keep... I've lost that intensity. It looks quite intense down the camera, but I've lost that intensity it had. I think it needs... I keep looking over there because I'm looking down where I'm recording, because it tends to give me a bit of a better perspective. I don't know, that's not terrible. That's better. It needs to look more organic is what I'm trying to say, I suppose. I'm going to go in with a colour called Berry Red because I think it's slightly darker. Oh, I could be wrong actually. And I want to drip it. You don't have to squeeze these as often as I am, but I'm just dripping it because I want to get that flash of colour. Hairdryer. Okay. Let's get some light spots. Okay, hairdryer is going to go on. Hopefully it's not going to blow everywhere. Right, rather than you sitting there listening to an annoying hairdryer, because it is annoying, there's a little clean up I need to do. Clean tissue. There. A bit there. This one's starting to push the colour out, so I needed to just stop. So I think I'm going to use, and I could have sworn I had it to hand, and now I can't remember what I've done with it. I think for the sake of the size, I was going to use my acrylic ink, but I don't know what I've done with it. So the colours, to recap, if you're watching this from the Spectrum Noir, was Moon, Aquamarine, Starry Sky, Berry Red, Solar Red, Amethyst, Black. So they're the colours that we've used so far. It does a bit, doesn't it? What's the time? 43 minutes. No, I will probably do a simple geode crystal now. Just wait for these to dry. In fact, I could just go on and do the crystal. I'll tell you what, let's test. I've just noticed a massive bit on there now. God, it eats really easily, that paper. Let's test out the other art paper I got today without ruining the corner, which I have straight away. So let's get another sheet and tear it out slowly, Bonnita. Slowly, there we go. And we're going to draw a really simple geode shape. So let's go with... what one do I like the look of? Let's go with... have it broken here. So we need to have, I could do that as solid black in there, I think. I think I could get away with that. So the plan is when you do the geode, each side is going to have to be different. So I'm not quite sure how we're going to do this. Let me lighten the lines very quickly. Don't need them too light because the paint's going to be quite dark in all fairness. Right, desk is getting messy, so I need to be careful I don't pick up any paint. Okay, oh, you can't even see the lines, can you? Quick question. Can I do skin tones with Arteza? Do you know what? I haven't actually done a skin tones tutorial with Arteza. Do you know what? Thank you very much, because that's another video idea. I haven't used Arteza enough to know, but I would imagine you probably can. What I'll do is I'll do a colour match to my skin tones tutorial with the polychromos, and I'll do an Arteza version. Let me write that down. Arteza skin tones. There you go, written down. Hi, Emily. Hi, Denise. Hi, Big Blues Guy. I've just been... They're drying at the moment. I've got some masking fluid around the edge. And then once they're fully dry, I'm going to attempt to take the masking fluid off without ruining the whole thing, which will be interesting. Coffee Man, if you're not in a battle right now, he's playing Warcraft, could you possibly take that to the kitchen and continue drying for me, please?
Continue what?
Drying.
With?
The hairdryer. You should be able to get it to the point where the paper's almost flat again.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. That helps. Hi, Jen. So we're now going to do a geode version because I quite fancy doing one. I'm going to zoom you in a bit closer. You can just about see the lines. And what I was explaining about the geode very quickly on a scrap bit of paper was that when you do a geode, I don't know, let's just draw a simple shape. If I do a galaxy version and the whole lot's galaxy, you're not going to know that it's a geode shape. So if I do dark on this edge, I need to do light on this edge and vice versa. So can you grab the door? Sorry guys, hang on. Sorry, he left the door wide bloody open. Yeah, they look really cool, don't they? Fibro is bad tonight. Oh, bless you. Oh, Fibro sucks. If I could send you some spare spoons, my lovely, I would. So I'm trying to think of the best way to play this. I don't want too many colours interfering. So I think my favourite was the blue, the green and the yellow. So I think we're going to stick to that colour palette for these. So we're going with the moon. I can't believe how appropriate these names are. So Moonlight. Are you in focus? I think you are. Yeah, Moonlight, Solar Red, no, Moonlight, Blue Topaz, Aquamarine, no, Aquamarine, Starry Sky, then we're going to use the Amethyst, and then we're going to use the black. So that's the plan. Fibro is fibromyalgia, which is an autoimmune disease, and it's horrible. not pleasant. So I'm going to go on, I think I'm going to go straight on with the pen. And I need each galaxy to be slightly... So if this is going to be my light edge, this edge needs to be dark. So I'm going to pick out now what we're going to do. And that I'm going to have black. Then we have our aquamarine, which will give us our green when we mix it. And then I think I'm going to have amethyst on the very edge. This is eating the paper really quickly. Brill, thank you. Oh, it's got a bit of sparkle. Right, we'll demold them later. Right, let me work on a bit at a time, I think. Otherwise I'm going to get in a kerfuffle. I don't know what you're like at the moment, but when I managed to go gluten-free, my fibromyalgia improved hugely. And sugar as well. Sugar's probably my worst culprit, actually, more than gluten, but it... Oh, I'm not liking this paper, guys. Oh no, this is yuck. It's eating the paper up, and by that I mean when you go over with the brush, I'm going to bring it up to the lens so you can see in a minute. That's awful, it's not even blending. Oh, I won't be using that blooming paper again, that was a waste. That'll be going to the kids. Right, can you see all that bobbling? So all these little black flecks are where the paper has basically balled up, whereas where you look on this one, it hasn't done it at all. So yeah, I'm not impressed. It was cheap, to be fair, but I'm not impressed with that. The green will be supposedly, like the green here has been created from the yellow and the blue, and that's what I want to do when I do the geode, but the paper's absolutely useless, so I'm going to go back, and rather than use the aquarel, I shall use the next best thing. And this is the official Spectrum Noir watercolour pad, which is really, really good. Scissors over there. Right, okay, we'll do it the old-fashioned way. Let's just do it like that, and I'll give myself plenty of room. The paper that I just used that I was not impressed with, which I can't find the pad for, there. I got tonight at Hobbycraft because everything, they've got a big half price sale. So it was Hobbycraft own, and it's just a little A6 pad of watercolour paper, and it feels more like mixed media, whereas the ones I've just done the Galaxies on is Winsor & Newton. And this is half price. It's normally £6, but I got it for £3. And this has held up really, really well. Although it's buckled, I know that that would flatten easily between a few books. But there's been no bobbling at all on this paper. So I like that one. I am not keen on the Hobbycraft one. So that'll be going to the kids. And the fact that the pen has streaked, which it doesn't do on decent watercolour paper. So that's annoyed me a bit. So I'm going to have to redraw my geode. Again, I can draw it very roughly. I don't have to be precise. And I had a crack in that one, didn't I? Yeah. In fact, I might. Do you know what, Lara? Tell you what. Let's do something funky. Let's have the crack in the geode revealing the galaxy inside, and then I can have whatever colour I want on the outside. I like the sound of that. So I need, when I come to it, I need a distinct line on that crack. Where's it on sale from? Hobbycraft. It's where I got, oh, you would have missed it as well, Erica. They've got loads of Posca pens in the sale, but they're glittery. And this was the sample I did from the Posca pens. Oh, Lemsip. Love-hate relationship with the stuff. Okay. I think we're going to do that. I think I'm going to use the Posca pens for the outside. So we're going to have solid colours for the outside. Then we're going to use the galaxy colours for the inside. I really, really like that idea. So, let's go. See if I can recreate. That really nice yellowing that I had going on. If you're doing lighter colours, you need to erase your line work as much as you can, because once you've done watercolours, it's really hard to erase your lines. Oh no, but you can come back later and rewatch any time. Thank you for joining us. Let's get the blue. Some more yellow going on, I think. There we go. Oh, well, now you're going to get to see what they look like. When did you sneak in anyway? Did you say hello and I totally missed it? If not, naughty step, missus. 57 minutes we've been going. Did anyone else see her sneak in? Right, I did use purple by the looks of it. Charger to the rescue. Just do a tiny bit of the... Right, I'm going to do this first, and then I'm going to do the black. Oh my god, I feel so bad. Wendy, I'm sorry. I'd go to the naughty step, but I'm a bit busy right now. Okay, so you can get smooth lines without having to use masking fluid. Just don't create any wetness where you want the lines to stop. So that's why I tend to work on dry paper rather than wet. Are you sure you said hello? If I go back through the comments, will they be there? Okay, nice smooth edge. But I can make the edge this side smooth against that edge with the Posca pen. I think it'll be a bit easier, to be honest. Oh, thank you. You were late, yes. It's not like you all have lives and other things to get on with, is it? I think we could do with a little bit of the dark blue. So this is the Starry Sky, which I know I did use in the other one. It's a really nice blue. And then once we get the black in, I love that. God, that's so nice. There's something about galaxies. Don't know what it is. Okay, thinner brush. Thinner brush. And then my black. Again, that is how little I need of this stuff. It's so potent. So for the black, I'm using the Spectrum Noir Aqua Tint Pots, because it's just so ridiculously super concentrated. Look, even my kitchen roll's looking pretty now. Okay. I can't see any of the lines I made. So I'm just going to have to guess or just change. Doesn't matter if I change it up slightly. We just need to go out to that edge. All I've got to do is be careful how far that black spreads because it's still wet. Nice straight edge. I can straighten it, I suppose, with the black Posca, but I don't want to deviate too much in the Galaxy from using the aqua tints. Do you remember when we did the poison bottles and I had the broken bit of glass that sort of shattered off? I'm really tempted to do that on the bottom of the crystal, like you've opened the bottle and the galaxy sort of leaking out. Does that make sense? Oh, I'm going to do it. I am going to do it. Let's just do it. So it's escaping. I'll do the black and then I'll do some other colours as well. Like that. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. I hope you guys are going to give this a go. Yeah, loving that. Okay, so I need a bit of the Starry Sky, which you can't really see much difference because it's such a really lush, it's almost like a royal blue. But we just need that merge of colour. And then we're going to use the Amethyst, my birthstone. Have the odd boop, 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 like that. You can do this with any watercolour paint. Doesn't have to be these types of paints. So you can do it with any watercolour. So feel free to have a go. Even if you just got like some of the best art I've seen done are done like with palettes for £5. You know, the really, really cheap watercolour palettes you can get. Oh, sorry, my voice keeps going now. You can't really see the yellow probably very well on camera, but that is nice. Okay, so I think that's going to be it for the paints at the moment. I'm going to leave them in. Fingers, look. Okay, what am I missing? On, what's it on now? John?
What?
The pottery throwdown started tonight.
Oh, what?
The Great Pottery Throwdown. I'll have to make sure I put that on record.
What channel's that on?
What channel's it on, Wendy?
4, isn't it? Pottery 1.
Didn't it move? Honestly, Jen, they are really, really lush. The pots I've got, I don't know if you've caught any of my previous live feeds, but these were done using these aquatint pots. So the aquatint pots are pretty much the same as this, but I believe the formula's now more towards the new one, if I'm correct. But the pots are what created these. And I did these on a live feed. So it's worth having a look back through the live feeds if you want to really get to grips with how to use the aqua products, because they are one of my favourites. More for.
No, we'll get it on
Perfect.
demand.
There you go. You can use those. They'll work absolutely fine. Right, in light of the colours we've got then, I'm going to look at doing blue, yellow, purple, I think. Let's just get them all. Oh, honestly, the colours are intense. I mean, to give you an example, that was one little brush at the top and I've watered it all the way down and I still could have gone further. The value for money in the sense of how long they're going to last you is incredible. Because they're dye-based and not pigment-based, standard watercolours are pigment-based, whereas these are dye-based colours, which really gives you that pow, that real big pop of colour. So it really goes towards, I don't know, that intensity. Right, against this side then, I'm going to go with a blue. No, I'm not. I'm going to go with the green. Oh, these pump down really quick. Okay. Right, so these are the glitter Poscas. Can I get you in any further without it looking too distorted? I think you're in focus. Ah, that's where it's warped. Okay, let's just straighten that up. The nibs on these are really, really lush. Like, really lush. Okay, so that's the first wedge done. Ah, nobody has the skills until they start practicing. You just got to give it a go. I was clueless when I first started using these products. And I'm probably better at using these than I am using normal watercolours, to be perfectly honest. I think the blue against the green is too close in family. Do you think I should do... Let's do orange, that's the opposite, isn't it? Plenty of sparkles. Oh yeah. If you love your sparkles, this is the Aquatint sparkle version. Oh, I need to shake it really because of the mica. I'm going to let that dry so you can see just how sparkly that is. Yeah, let's go with the orange because that's the opposite. Okay. Now it's still a bit wet down the bottom here, so I'm going to start at the other end. I don't know if you can show photos in the comments, can you? That's the sort of thing. If you are on Facebook, look for Bonnita Doodles Art Share. That's my group. Come and join the group, and that is where you can share your artwork. I'm not sure if you can upload photos in the comments here. I'm not sure if it's going to look too flat, you know. Oh well, we're only playing, right? Come on. Oh, this is tricky on large surface areas. Where it's hitting what has been dried before, it's getting a bit lumpy. Oh, no, it's a bit better actually now. I think that was probably user error rather than pen error. Okay, so there's our two surface areas. Okay, it's more of a bronze than an orange, if that makes sense. I think I want the yellow on the front. If it's on your TikTok, then you can tag me on your TikTok. Oh, this yellow's like a really rich gold. I'm not sure. And it's mixing. I should have thought of that. I didn't think of that at all. Silly Billy. Because the spectrum are water-based, it's mixing with the colour, so I need to be careful. But that is one heck of a rich yellowy gold. Wendy, I think you're going to be really pleased with these, especially if you're thinking of using them on the wood products. In fact, I've got some wood to do, so I might do them on there. I think it needs priming though. Night, Joe. I've probably opted for too many colours, but oh, do you know what? It actually gives it a little bit of texture, doesn't it? I'm just flooding it so I can spread the colour around rather than making it all bobbly. I quite like the fact that the crystal geode thing's quite shiny and the galaxy at the moment is very flat. See, we haven't put the stars in yet, but I can't get over how rich that is. That's insane. Okay, I'm gonna purple and blue. God, it's just ridiculously gold, isn't it? Okay, I'm gonna have to put the purple next to the orange because the other one's not dry enough yet. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do a video on these on wood. I'll have to gesso a few pieces. I wasn't expecting them to be this vibrant, and two, quite so metallic. Not that it's bad things, it's not, it's really lovely. There's a red here, but being that that orange looks more like a bronze, I don't know how... The red's more like a pink, which is weird because they have a pink. So the reddy colour I'd say is more like a dark salmon. If you're on TikTok, I think you can just you can tag me, just put at Bonnita Doodles on if you upload the picture, and then it should notify me that you've uploaded it. Oh, it's such a weird combo. I'm not sure I like it, if I'm honest. I think this is one of those, I'm going to call it experimental, because although the galaxy looks nice, I'm not sure the actual geode itself looks very nice. So I am going to do a galaxy geode, I think, but do a proper one instead of a half-rushed job, I think. I still can't get over that gold. It's sort of shouting in my face. This is a really nice colour. It's not salmon at all, actually. It's more like a cerise. I'm wondering whether I should outline it. It all needs to dry at the minute. No, actually, I don't mind it flat looking. It definitely needs something to divide that, though. Maybe, I don't know if I can be that clever. Just almost do a bit of shading and such. Just to separate the sides a bit more, really. It almost works. That'll do as a bit enough of a definition, I think. But that's all really, really wet at the moment. So exactly the same. My social media is the same wherever I am. Bonnita Doodles. Bonnita Doodles is, yeah, Google it and I'm everywhere. Right, Jen, you ready for this? So this was the Inspired Violet Sparkle pen. Ready? Can you see that? And I'm going to take... That's how much sparkle you get in those pens. Too dark. Your autocorrect is going mad, is it, Wendy? Yeah, it's really nice. Right, okay. It's looking really pale down the camera. It shouldn't be this pale. I'm going to try and alter. Even that's not. It's darker than that. It's... Yeah, I don't quite know why it's looking so pale. Probably because of the ring light, actually. Yeah, sorry about that, Jen. Oh, there you go. That is more realistic to the colour. So that's the intensity you'll be getting. Right, while that's drying, let's peel off. My hands are really dirty, which is not helping. Please work. I don't know. Oh, you son of a gun. It didn't. No. I was trying to be clever. Almost. Almost. Round here we had a bit of a problem, but my hands got all dirty. Ah, come on. Damn it. I forgot I ran out of eraser. Oh, it's all going peak tong now. I'm going to have to cut these out. No, it's all going a bit wrong. Little finger. Now it just looks like it's furry. Okay, thumb next, as that's my next cleanest. Do you know what? These are going in my new bullet journal. Oh, Wendy, I forgot to message you, lovely. The book arrived today. I am going to be using it, but probably more for a personal thing rather than work. Because I'd like to have something based around bits and bobs for Amelie and myself. So it's definitely going to get used. So thank you very much for that. I most definitely need to cut them out, but I still like them. It's almost like the glitter's giving it its own set of stars. Right, I already pulled out. Didn't mean to throw it. Oh no! Oh, that's so frustrating. This was years ago now, I did a massive 19 by 24 graphite portrait. Something's leaked. A massive 19 by 24 portrait, graphite portrait, and my cat spotted something out the window and decided she was going to go for it. And where I had all my artwork tucked in a case safely down the side, she jumped straight on the case and her claw went straight through and pierced a hole straight through the drawing. I love her and all that, but my God, she was close to it that day. Now I've lost my pen. Seriously, it's starting to all go wrong now, guys. Try again. Hi, Izzy. Right. I've lost my lid. I have no idea where it went. So let's just do this. Okay, so I can't find my acrylic ink. Ideally, I would have liked. I can find my acrylic ink. It's right there in front of me. So we're going to use that instead because I've got the patience of a gnat today. Right, there's no artwork in front of me that I need to protect, is there? Okay, wet brush. It's Daler Rowney acrylic ink I'm using. I'm just brushing off a little bit of ink. And I'm going to use the edge of a larger paintbrush. And tippy tappy. Now they go quite translucent, so they're fine for like small stars and big stars in the distance. But if you want something slightly brighter than the Posca Jelly Roll, I'm trying to get Spectrum to release a pen because I think they do really well actually. So you can see how transparent they go. And because it's acrylic ink, it's not a solid white, so it's watered down slightly. But as I say, they're great for smaller stars, and then you can go in and do your bigger ones. And it stays slightly more opaque. So, you want them more visible in the black area anyway, because the lighter the area, the less you're going to see the stars. The only thing I find with doing it with the paint is that it's more sporadic, so it doesn't look quite so uniform. I've yet to find a pure white pen that stays white. Short of using really thick acrylic paint, I've never found one. I say I've lost the lid. I'll have to go hunting for that in a minute. Okay. While the last bit of the geode is drying, I'm just going to cut these out because they look terrible all smudged at the minute. This paper's really good though. I'm definitely going to be using this again. Okay, tiny little galaxy. Galaxy number 1. If you're a card maker, you could make some really lovely toppers with these. There's our medium. It is, isn't it? It absolutely drives me crazy. My desk is now covered in white acrylic paint, which apparently is more flipping opaque than on paper. So clearly the acrylic ink probably works best when you have a resistant background. So I would imagine because it's on paper that it goes that more translucent because it just soaks in. Right, there's our 3 little galaxies. I never bin this, by the way. If you ever want to test your watercolours, just keep these little bits of paper and then you can test your watercolour without having to waste any more. Right, what am I going to do with this thing? Let's get some stars in for starters. I am tempted to line it. I think it needs something. It needs something to define those edges. That is how much of a shine you're getting. So that is the colour it should be. That's how much of a shine you're getting. I'll tell you what, this disc clearing is so going to happen tomorrow. Okay, Posca Black. I've got 2 for some reason. I don't know if they're different tips. No, they're the same. Please work. I'm hoping it's not quite dry enough yet. I'm going to do what I can. My baby ruler. Okay, going to have to lift, because if there's any paint on the edge of that, I'm going to know about it. I'm going to have to hand draw the inner ones, I think. Don't sneeze, don't sneeze, don't sneeze. Whee! Oh god, there's no way I'm going to be able to do this one. I need my glidey glove. Glidey glove is on. And okay, let's give it a whirl. It's buckled, so I'm probably going to go a bit all over the place. Yeah. I can't get a smooth one. Come on. As smooth as that's going to get, I think. Right, these little ones I can probably do without a ruler. Lift. Clean. I think I'm going to have to attempt these. There we go. Oh, I quite like that now it's lined. So that's the proper colour. It looks quite pastel-y there, but it's not. Right, we need to draw some crack lines, I think, just to make it look a bit more. There we go. Just draw a couple there as well. Oh, they really lay on top of each other really, really well. We need some down here actually, because that wouldn't be 100% smooth either, would it? There we go. I think it's done. Let's try it out, but I can't find the blooming lid, so I'll have to go on a hunt in a minute. Right, I think that's it, guys. So today, if I am zoomed all the way out, which now I am, we've done our little geode, and we did this one using the amethyst, starry sky, aquamarine, and the moonlight, and then the black. So that's what we've done to do the galaxy, and then we've done it with the Posca pens as well, which don't come with colour names. So go. So we've got galaxy number 1, galaxy number 2, and galaxy number 3. Oh, quite pleased with them. My desk looks like a child has been at it, but hey ho. Anyway guys, I'm off to find a missing lid because it's drying out. Thank you very much for watching. If you're watching this after the live feed, if you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to comment below and I will answer those for you. Don't forget to subscribe if you have enjoyed today's video. There'll be a lot of, it does, doesn't it? There'll be a lot of these types of videos up and coming now because 2020 is going to be my year for getting all of this up and getting some things different going on the channel. So I'm quite looking forward to that. Share out, of course, if you know anybody who enjoys doing this sort of stuff. But have a good morning, afternoon, whichever it may be, guys, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye.